Hey everyone, Erin Bassett here. Today I'm going to show you how to make this birthday board using your ScanNCut. So you're going to need these supplies, and don't forget to download this free cut file from my website. Okay, so you're going to start off by measuring your board and making little marks where you want these hooks to go. And remember, you're going to need one little cup hook for each month, and these just screw in really easy, especially to this balsa wood frame that's on this board. So I didn't have to drill any holes or anything hard like that. Okay, so once you get all those on, I went ahead and painted the inside of my sign this turquoise color. And if you happen to get any on a part that you don't want, you can just use a file to file it right off. Okay, so now on to our ScanNCut. I'm using a standard mat for this, and I'm just going to put my vinyl piece, this is a 12 by 12 piece, onto my mat. And obviously this is just white vinyl, and it's the craft vinyl. And if your mat is well used like mine, you might need to use a roller to be able to get it, to stick on there well enough to be able to cut. You're going to insert your mat in as far as it can go, right up against those two little bumpers, and hit the mat button. And it looks like I got the corner of my vinyl popping off. So I'm just going to rotate my piece so that's not at the top where the roller is. Okay, so let's click on Retrieve Data. I sent this over to my ScanNCut from my computer using the wireless transfer. But if you used another method, you'll choose that. And there it is. Okay, so everything looks good on there, so we're just going to click OK until we get to this screen and select Cut. And then take a look at your settings. You're going to click on that wrench. And since we're cutting vinyl, we want it to cut through that top layer of vinyl. So go down to your half cut and make sure that's turned on. And then I just left everything else at auto. And then go ahead and click OK. So now we can hit start. And then once it's finished cutting, go ahead and press OK, and then you can press that mat button to eject your mat. I'm just going to trim down my vinyl so it's not so hard to work with. So I'm just cutting in between the designs, and that way I don't have all this negative vinyl that I'm removing. I have that out of the way so it's not getting stuck to anything else. So you just want to remove that negative part. So then that's how this piece looks. And I want to go ahead and make sure I get all the inner parts of those letters. So like the middle of this A. And if you have any little bits like this that are really tiny, you can use a hook tool to kind of scratch it, and it kind of just hooks on there and pops right off. Or if you have long nails like I do, you can just use those instead. So now we need to take our gridded transfer tape, and I just cut a piece off that's about the same size as my biggest piece. And I'm going to save the backing because I can reuse this piece over and over again. So the great thing with this is because it has lines, I can line up the bottom of my letters right underneath the big letters to be on that line, so I can keep everything nice and straight and transfer it over easily. So the end of my Y is kind of hanging off, and that is okay. I'm just going to burnish my spatula over all the letters so that way it will stick to my transfer tape. Okay, so once you get that all off of there, I'm just going to set this piece aside and grab that heart and put it on, because it's basically like a big sticker. So that one you don't need the transfer grid for. And I want to put my months down at the bottom just so I can see the spacing between the heart and the months and make sure I'm not off anywhere. So you're doing the same thing. You're just going to take that grid line and line it up with the bottom of your letters, and then place it onto your board. And once you have it there, again, you'll use your spatula to just rub right over it, and then you can peel off that transfer tape. And you can use that same piece for multiple times. And once you're ready, go ahead and take the big one that you've already put onto the transfer tape, the Celebrate Family, and place it where you want it, rub over it, and then remove that transfer grid tape. So now I went ahead and I cut out my name, and this time I'm taking that negative piece, the part that I threw away the last time, and I'm going to put it right on there, and this is going to be a stencil to put my name and the names of family members onto these hearts so that I can use it on my birthday board. So I just took some acrylic paint and a little makeup sponge, and I'm just daubing it on there, just pouncing it up and down, not trying to rub it. I don't want it to get underneath my stencil. I just want to have it right on top, nice crisp lines. So when you do it like this, it dries super fast and you're able to remove your stencil right away. So after those are dry, you'll just add some chain links or an S-hook to be able to hook that onto the correct month and finish it off for the rest of your family, and you're finished. For more ideas and inspiration, visit erinbassett.com. And for all things ScanNCut, visit ScanNCut.com.